Hello, Jack. First and only. Hopefully that's coming from all right. Hi Dad. Hi Jack. So you got in the house at the moment, just Jack. Oh, hi Dan. Hi Seb. Anyone want to buy a Traxxas ESC? you got Traxxas floor adhesive, latex floor adhesive, did you, Jack? Let me guess what that's for. We're going to test it on the granite body, I suppose. Okay, well if it eats your new car's body, not my fault, is it? It's not chemical based. I'm sure it's got petroleum in it somewhere, Jack. They normally do have. Now this time I will be putting the ESC in correctly and not messing up the steering. Yeah, a few people have told me that now. Said I think what it was is I didn't take the ESC out when we were at the skate park. Jack and Martin took it out. And when I put it back in, I put it back in with the motor wires next to the receiver box. Sorry, yeah, the motor wires next to the receiver box and the power wires next to the motor. Apparently that's the wrong way around. It's not that it makes any difference. So when I was looking, I'm thinking, it ain't going to fit, and that lug's going to get in the way. So, I mean, as it happens, I do have them anyway. So I bought those when I got the Mojave EXB, depending on how I lined up the ESC, but I didn't need them in the end. So I could do it and put those in, but it's just more wire. You know, it's just more wire to get in the way, really. So. Is that lug not used for anything? In which case, what's it even there for? Hi, Alden. Dremel it off and sand it down to make it. I won't Dremel it. Can't bother with all that. Well, I might do. It's quite hard plastic, isn't it? I don't know about sanding it. I don't need to make it that pretty. Motor plugs at the I must put it in. I'll put it in the wrong way around then when I put it back. Not that it makes much difference. I'll blame Jack for that because he took it out and didn't tell me. Is it your fault, Jack? The lug is used to hold the wires in that connect to the battery. All right. Oh, okay, so it must come across like that. Right, I'm with you. So it comes out of there. Let's look at this. I think I see what you are saying. To learn to work on this car. It's got to be someone's fault, Jack. It's either yours or Callum's. Hello, Callum. Yeah, it will be. I mean, I've heard my main reason for getting the Max 6 is, and the annoying thing is, I bought some more adapters because I bought these. It took a month to come from China, so I got them. I got them mainly for the Outcast 8S with the IC5s. So they're 8,400 milliamp hour high voltage ones, but they fit in here as well. So then I bought some adapters because I couldn't use them at the weekend because I didn't have the right adapters for these to go to the Traxxas. So I did buy some more adapters, but then I thought we actually fried one of the XT90 on the Rhinos, the anti-spark one. We fried the resistor on it because the stupid adapters just come apart all the time. And one of them actually, now you can, if you put the adapter on and hold it, the battery just falls out. So I'm done with those. I've got to put an order in with Model Sport. Everyone tells me this is far better at ESC than this, and this will eventually just go puff anyway. So do I carry on waiting for it to go puff, going through these Traxxas bloody adapters, which are useless? Traxxas connectors are just rubbish. Or do I get one now and then probably sell this? I think this is it a Castle ESC, I think. Not sure, I think it is. But yeah, we might, so we'll probably look to sell that, probably get £100 for that, I think, which will then pay, that was 130, so a no-brainer really. And the question is, how do we stick that in? Hi Emily. It's my fault when they break because I'm the one that crashes, I'm the one that lands on their nose, Alden. I said I don't even use cars anymore. Yeah. Yeah, I can't believe, I mean, if you want to buy a new one of these, they're £247. I mean, it's a ridiculous amount of money. I mean, the rest, you know, the plastic parts for the Traxxas are, relative terms compared to armour, dirt cheap, but these things, and the motor and everything else, a ridiculous amount of money. Bonkers. Well, I can sell it as, you know, one Careflow only used once. Let's see how, I must have had that in the right way round. With the battery wires up against the ESC, because that would never fit into the receiver box otherwise. Going that way, yeah. So yeah, we do end up putting it in the wrong way around, don't we? So it goes in like that, and that must then go straight down. So we'll cut that lug off, if I. Time for the lug to go then, without cutting through the cable wires. El Cheapo Dremel. It does the job. Yeah, I've got Model Sport to solder the connectors on. I had to do some soldering today anyway because I thought I needed to. Well, I broke one of the EXB wires where it was bent round too much. So I had to make one of these up anyway, but I didn't need to in the end because I didn't need it on the xmaxx. It's a little bit annoying. So if Jack needs them for his new car, do. I hope you're not all laughing at me cutting this off. You're going, oh, what's he doing? Oh. There goes the blade. Yeah, I've got all charged up today, hopefully. Come on. I'm going to have to put a new blade on, it's too much hassle. There we go. Hopefully that's supposed to come off. If not, it's all your fault. This time it won't be Jack's fault, this will be Seb's fault for telling me to cut it off. Can't believe you had that surpass motor off me, Seb. Take food out of a dying man's mouth. Okay, I will sand it. What else is going on in the world, guys? So, what's up, Photo Art Wolf? How are you? Everyone's staying safe and being good. Christmas coming up. What's everyone getting for Christmas? I know what Seb's got for Christmas. I've got to take the motor out anyway, so. Motor's coming out, put a new pinion in. It's funny how everyone says sell these things and get rid of them. I don't know who then ends up buying them if everyone wants to get rid of them. I don't get it, but there you go. You're going to xmaxx Christmas, are you, Jeff? Congratulations. What colour are you going for? Yes, little 22th turned up in the week. That one came well quick. So, the xmaxx is a great car. I never thought I'd say that about Craxus. I really didn't. But oh, you're going custom, are you? Nice. I'd like to see that when it's all done. Oh, it's got sand in it from the weekend. Yucky, yucky, yucky. Right, I'm going to stick. So presumably I have to use the double-sided tape for that, the 3M VRB tape. Would that be correct, Tomondo? Take the wheelie bar off. I don't know. What do you think, guys? Wheelie bar on or off? I mean, it will snap off eventually. It's quite bendy. Training wheels, you need them, Callum. Hi, Shanks. Just bought a new clear shell for your xmaxx. Have you thinking about paint custom design as well? Everyone's getting new custom shells. It's still a bit dirty though. From the weekend, I haven't cleaned it yet. But we've got the skid plate roof on it. Oh, in fact, yeah, it's split at the back already. Oh no! I have to get some reinforcement going on there, I think. I just noticed that. I don't think we landed on that. I'll get some extra reinforcement on that, I think. Might do that tomorrow before we go out. Apart from that, it's holding up all right. I don't have any mastics, so it's going to be a 3M VHB, I think. They're supposed to be. I know they're supposed to be dirty. Not that dirty though. It's a bit like the Outcast 8S as well, with mud splattered all over it. But you'll see why on Saturday's video. And the annoying thing is, I had to buy a new pillowball nut for the armour because one had gone missing. And typical armour, I'm not hitting on armour now because I do still love armour. But typical armour, you buy the pillowball nut, but it doesn't come with the O-ring. So what you're supposed to do is buy the pillowball nuts, pack of 4, and then know that it didn't come with the O-ring, to then buy the O-ring to put it in there to stop it coming out again. I mean, it's just really... ESC time yet, GSXR? Need something. Well, if you're coming over, Jack, this weekend, I'll do it when you come over. Right, what do I need? Sorry guys, just going to get some alcohol wipes. Clean this up, remove all the grease. Yeah, I think the stuff Martin uses is actually called Sticks Like SHIT. I didn't think it, you know, when that's what he calls it. And I think that is actually what it's really called. Funnily enough. When it comes out, it comes out. I'll find another way of putting it in. Bada bing, bada boom. I have got some, but I'm going to use the one that came with it. Traxxas fanboy. Hi Martin. Well, I don't know about a fanboy, but I do like the xmaxx. Never ever thought those words would come out of my mouth, but I do like it. I'm looking, you know, it's one of those cars. It's weird because I'm actually looking forward to getting out and driving it again this weekend, and it may even be that we have to end up getting a second one because everyone's going to be fighting over who drives it. I have one, no, not for this. I've only got one Hauser fan mount. At the moment, and it depends whether it's going in yours or this. If we need to put a bigger ESC in it, that's the question. Will we use this? Because that one's a bit small. I want to cover the whole thing up. Get as much suction as possible. Could be like suction. Yeah, that's what. Apart from the electrics, I've been looking and the parts are cheap. I've just got to find my way around it a bit more, but it doesn't seem to be that complicated. And I know once I get into it. Oh, I have done the mod already. Where is it? Where are we? Yep. Hopefully you guys can see that. I've done the hot glue mod already. See, I'm learning all about Traxxas. Well, yeah, GSXR, I did that last week when I put our stock ESC back in and it wasn't working properly. It was all over the place, and I think as I was accelerating it was doing weird things, and I didn't realise that it had two #1 ports and you put it in the second one. What's up, Ian? How are you? Got 24 in the house. Wow. Wow. That's very nice, very surprising, very nice. I need some of your sticks like stuff, Martin. This will have to do for now. You mean these? Those bad boys. Ready to go on with the other one's break, and thank you, Ian, for telling me about them not coming greased. Because if I hadn't opened it, if you hadn't told me that, I wouldn't have opened it up, wouldn't have read the instructions. So they got greased this afternoon. Otherwise, if we'd broken one out of the field, I'd have changed it and not had a grease bearing going in. I don't know how many people know that you're supposed to grease them up because they don't come with grease. Yeah, that's why I had GSXR, because my steering was controlling the throttle. I thought I'd broken it. And I plugged it all. I hadn't screwed it in, I don't think. I hadn't quite got, I just wanted to test it. And it was all over the place. And we thought it might have been the TSM playing up, but as it turns out, yeah, it comes with two number 1 ports for some unknown reason. But that all may come out anyway at some stage. Never quite understood why you have a little lug there as an access port, because does that allow you to, I don't know what that allows you to do. Doesn't line up with anything by the looks of it. Now I need 2 packs of RPM hinge pins. Well, 7 pins or a stronger set. Well, if you guys can send me a link via Facebook and I'll get stocked up. I just want to get it, you know, if there's parts that are known to likely to go, I always like to have them. When I put an order in, I mean, do I get them from Model Sport, from eBay, Amazon, wherever it may be, if I get the parts in ready, at least then I know that I've got them if I'm out in the field and break it. What's the best Armour 3S V3 and which one had the most upgrades from the V2? They all had, so the Armour 3Ss are all identical. All exactly the same. The only difference between them all is whether it's a long wheelbase or a short wheelbase, and whether it is, and the wheels and the tyres effectively. So you take, although we have broken the POS, we snap the POS bumper, but that inside is identical to a Big Rock, apart from the wheels and the body mounts and the body. They're identical. We've got a video on it that's got showing it. The Centum again is the same, long wheelbase, just different wheels. So it really comes down to which one you prefer. My personal preference would either be the Typhon or the Big Rock, and then probably put those Proline MX-28s, Badland MX-28s on it. It's easier with the Typhon because the Typhon comes with 17mm hex as a standard, whereas if you've got the Big Rock you'd have to buy some adapters, but you can get the adapters because the Big Rock comes with 14mm, but you can get the Proline adapters which then make them fit. Let's say for an RC car, what should I get? Road, Fenley or Basher? Well, Callum, that's a silly question. You've already got a Limitless. The Felony is the same as the Limitless, but rear wheels are bigger. My issue with the Felony is you have to buy the Armour tyres at 35 quid a shot. It ain't cheap. You can't get the aftermarkets, you can't get the GRPs unless you change the diff. If you change the diff, then it's like, well, what's the point? Because then you're just effectively getting a infraction. You might as well get an infraction and put. Oh, they come out quite easy. Yeah, Italians are all sold out, but you'll probably find them second hand soon enough as people start realising how much the tyres cost. I mean, I haven't run my infraction. In fact, there's no ESC in my infraction. Last time I ran my infraction was back in March, I think. I just prefer going out. I like running it, but I prefer going out bashing at the moment. Although as the winter sets in and it gets really, really cold and wet and muddy, and as plastics start breaking all over the place, that may well change. Callum, I'm sure you don't feel bad about driving them and breaking them. With all due respect, it's not like you pay for any of the repairs anyway, whether it's your cars or my cars that break. There's only one person that fixes them and one person that repairs them and pays for them. Good old Bank of Dad. Who's buying all the screw cap armour screws from Motorsport 6 to 8? Which screw caps are you talking about? Adidas? I tend, unless it's a specific type that I can't get anywhere else, I don't get any screws from Motorsport. Well, certainly not the armour branded ones, because you can get far better ones for a lot cheaper elsewhere. Hi Aidan, how are you? So I get all mine, and there are other places you can get them, eBay and places like that. But not the ones. I think they're the ones either. But it's like the it might be these ones, or it might be 30mm ones. I've got a whole bag of I can't remember where they are. But I get whole bags. I mean, you can get, for example, the M3s that go through for the shock standoffs. You can get 100 of those for £4 from places like ACCU, ACCU. If you buy more, I mean, they're expensive if you buy them individually, but then as you go up the number of ones you buy, they come right down. They work out at 4p each. Yeah, TJD may have them in, but it depends. It said depends on which ones you're after. Bulk base is good, although I have heard that some people have issues with bulk base and how long it takes for stuff to come through, and then when it does come through, it's the wrong bolts. But they are dirt cheap as well. What am I using to hold the xmaxx ESC in? I've just used 3M VHB tape. Let's see if it stays in. I've put a whole sticky bit in there. If not, I will be getting some of the sticks like S stuff that Martin uses. Ian, Mr. Clare's RC may be able to help you, GSXR, I don't know. Kev's special chewing gum. I'd love to know what that stuff is. But they didn't hold on his GPS at the weekend. But then as we get colder, these things start coming apart more, don't they? Oh, and the other job we've got to do today, my favourite job, we're going to put another battery box in Callum's Italian. You broke another one, didn't you, Callum? Okay, I'll have a look at that then. Just let it come through. xmaxx or Creighton 8S? I don't have a Creighton 8S, I have an Outcast 8S. I love the look of the Outcast 8S. I love driving the Outcast 8S on the field. But I'm scared to send it, to be brutally honest with you. We've never really sent it because it's so heavy. and I know it's going to break, and it ain't cheap to fix. And at the moment, running costs are quite high. I'm still buying cars as well, so I don't want to be spending out lots of money to buy a new chassis, new shocks, etc, etc. I mean, if you upgrade them and spend the money on them, I've seen both Martin's and Kevin's Creighton 8S's run, tuned up, you know, beefed up, and they are phenomenal. Don't get me wrong, they are phenomenal. And I know Martin, you know, he swears by his, but you've got to upgrade them. And even then, they still break. I think Martin's found a, if he doesn't mind me saying it, if he does, I'm sorry Martin, I think you found a pretty good replacement chassis for yours, haven't you, Martin? It was cheaper than the Just Bash It one as well, and looks stronger. I hope you don't mind me saying. The glue, what, the E6000? I'm fine with the E6000. I use it on, we used it on all our cars. It's pretty much the same as Shugu. I think Exaggerated RC did a comparison between Goop, E6000, Shugu, and I think the other one was Gorilla Glue, and the E6000 came second. It wasn't, you know, marginally behind the Shugu, but not, unfortunately in the UK, as you know, E6000 is £5 on a tube versus £15 for a tube of Shugu. You get a tube of that off of eBay, which is 110 mil, same as the big Shugu one, for about £5.60, I think it is. No, haven't got the GoPro yet. I've been on the phone to the GoPro Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday last week, Friday last week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday this week. It looks like I might have 2 GoPros coming, but I'm not sure yet because I've got 2 notification emails. One from Royal Mail that came through for an order that I made apparently on the 16th of November, which I didn't. And it's coming from the Netherlands, and when I spoke to them today they said the GoPro shipped from the Netherlands, so I'm guessing, and that came through to the first email address I made the order on, so I'm guessing that's a GoPro coming from the Netherlands for the order from the first one, which I cancelled. And then I get an email onto the other, I get an email on my other email account that I ordered the second one from Site Genesis, which has got a phone number on it. If you ring it, it goes through to Salesforce, and if you click any of the links, it goes through to 404. But that says your GoPro is shipped today, so who knows? But on that basis, I'll be waiting a day or 2 more. If it's not here by Monday, then I'm cancelling the other one. Play my 14-day rights, and see we go. I've already contacted the credit card. For a refund on the GoPro annual subscription, which they've decided to take on both accounts. Did get a free chesty mount though. It was very kind of them to send that to me. Right, now it's time to see if this works. Oh, is Martin still on? Are you still here, Martin? Or have you gone? The question to Martin is, can I run the high voltages on the xmaxx at 4.35 volts each? Sub Sausage Wallet, Stews 4, who else we got in house? You got your GoPro in 4 days. Well, my first GoPro order is now 3 weeks and it hasn't materialised. The second GoPro order is a week and a half, hasn't materialised. So I can juice these right up with my new, I've got a new charger as well, guys. So I've now got 3 chargers, which is good. So I I can juice these up for the weekend. I went IC5 rather than XT90s. Only because these came as IC5, and I'm not copying Kevin, but I do agree that Kevin, IC5s tend to come apart less when I'm using adapters on the armour stuff, going from our XT90s to our IC5s. It's always the XT90s that come apart, not the IC5s or EC5s. All the armour cars come with it, so I'll probably get around to swapping everything out myself. Now I've got to remember how to calibrate ESC. What's up, Shane? We've got 24 still. My suspension arms seem to go on a few Vs. I just soaked mine in WD-40 for 24 hours. All good so far. Keeps up the big boys up. Yeah, this is the stuff I use. GT85. The reason I use that is because it has PTFE in it, which helps to obviously dry lube all the moving parts. And we all like a bit of dry lube. Or maybe we don't. I'm going to ask you guys a question in a minute, and I want honest opinions, and hopefully Jack's still in the house so he can hear this, but where is it? Ba, 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 ba. Turn on the transmitter, set parameters for start transmitter, yep. Start the transmitter ESC turned off, connect the battery, hold the set button, press on off button to turn on the ESC. Red light, ESC starts to flash. No. And release the set button immediately. So the question I was going to ask you all is our last video. I'm a fanboy, buys a Traxxas, or buys an xmaxx. Edited by my eldest son Jack, his first edit. So if he's still here, hopefully he is still here. What did you all think? Yeah, I thought it was good. I like, certainly the cuts are very, very good. Right, got that turned on. Set button down. Thought it was dead. Did that wrong. That one as well. Oh, come on. I'm being stupid here. Stop laughing at me, guys. Red light on this is starts to flash. No, one for might be at the same time, then release set button immediately. I know you're all sitting there laughing at me. Well, Callum, you are nasty sometimes. I'll tell you what, my motor fans are making a hell of a noise. I can't remember them making that much noise before. I think I might have broken one already. Or not me. The boys might have broken one. Have a look at that later. So we seem to be working. We seem to be working. Or we'll put it all back together and then take the motor out, put the new pinion in. Double checks. I'm probably taking a lot longer than you though, GSXR. Way, way longer probably. Oh no. We might have broken a bearing actually, boys, on the front. Oh. I think we might have lost the bearing on the front hub already. Oops. So I see a metal shield hanging out. So is there better upgrades for the front hubs? Or do I just need to get some more new bearings? Let's turn the bearing around. Okay. I'll work that out. I might not do that tonight because I've got to get the battery on the ESC as well. Probably where all that dirt and muck and goodness knows what else. Grit and sand that is still plastered all over the car from Arc. Too much sand there. Ridiculous. Needs to clear that shit up. Oh, excuse my French, beep it out. Right. No, I know, but it just means all the grit and everything. I'm going to get. It looks like they're metal shielded anyway. I keep meaning to look at RC bearings and see if they do rubber shielded ones and get those changed out. I don't like metal shielded ones. I don't think we've lost any anywhere else, just that front one. Oh no, one on the back gone as well. Both on the same side by the looks of it. So, yeah, I'll get some of those ordered up before we blow a bearing out. I'll get those changed. Yeah, I'm going to get better bearings. Any recommendations, Martin? I was going to go to RC Bearings and get them. I've got the hubs for the back, I just haven't put them on yet because these ones haven't broken. I didn't see the point in putting them on until these ones break. And then I'll stick them on. I just didn't see the point in putting them on before they break. I hope I haven't put this too close. Eek. Eek. Oh. Okay, so I've put it too close now to the... I bet I can't get this up now. Stupid! How was I supposed to know the receiver box would sit down on top of that? Why do things always take me so long? Because I always mess things up. This ain't coming out, is it? Sorry guys, I've gone quiet because I'm trying to get this ESC out again now. I don't think it's going to come out very easily. I probably shouldn't have put. There we go. Now it's coming. Come on. Come on. There you go. Thank you. Right, push it further back this time. In fact, what we'll do is we put that down so we don't fall foul of it again. Yes, I'm talking to myself like a madman because I am mad. I've still got those wires in there now. Yeah, so I've bought the Martin only because I was putting an order in with Model Sport, and I thought, well, they're there, they're in stock, so I'll order them now and wait to see if they break. If they don't break, I won't be putting the RPM ones on. No point unless you break it, in my view. The good news is, Martin, if you do break one, I've got RPM stock really hubs on me now. Be nice to be able to lend you some things instead of you lending me bits. Hopefully this will go in there now. Better. Done. I was about to do something else, I can't remember what it was now. Shock oil I use Core RC. Core RC shock oil, diff oil. Get it from Model Sport. I don't know how much, I forget how much it is, but it's the cheapest one. I've never had an issue with it. I've got pretty much every single one going. I've got team associated ones as well, but I can't tell any difference between them. I think they're all pretty much the same. Silicon shock oil or silicon diff oil. You're right, there are big price differences between some of them. Come on. Yeah, same as me, shanks. So the core RC is what I use. Never had an issue with it. You got a live stream coming out on Saturday, Ian? Hope so. Hopefully Bournemouth will do his tomorrow night as well. And we have a nice little... I'll see you next Tuesday on a Wednesday. Me on a Thursday. Bournemouth on Friday. Claire on a Saturday. Is Claire all okay? Got to ask. Let's hope I haven't weakened the sticky stuff on that too much. If not, it'll be the sticks like, no it won't, it'll be the other stuff. Martin doesn't use sticks like that in there, does he? The pinion going in. Pinion came loose on Sunday. And I did do it up super tight. Well, I only put it in on the Saturday, I think. So, and we did run it on the Saturday, so it might have been a bit loose. Oh look, I'm finding my way around an xmaxx. Okay. I won't be using, yeah, because if you wanted to get it out, I mean, I just had trouble getting it out with just with the VHB tape. I'm going to order a 22 tooth as well. Now I've got the Max 6 in there. I like wasting money, me. You just have a good selection of pinions. They're all Mob 1 anyway, so in theory they work on the armoured cars as well. Oh my god, you're saying that. One thing I have noticed, so it's a bit of a pain. You need to get to these fans, they're a bit of a pain to get to. I do want to see if we've, they're a bit noisy. Am I going to do the servo? Not tonight. I haven't got to replace the servo at the moment. I don't even know what servo to replace it with at the moment. So again, I'll wait for that to go. The only reason I'm putting the Max 6 on, I had to put an order in Model Sport, only for a couple of bits, and never any harm having a Max 6 at home. So I thought I'll order it. I'll put it on this. A couple of people said it runs a lot better with the Max 6 anyway. It means I don't have to mess around with adapters or worrying about the warranty. So that's why I put the Max 6 on, and I can sell the Traxxas ESC for, you pretty much cover the cost of the Max 6, hopefully. If I can't, then no loss. I'll just have a Max 6 sitting around. Oh, sorry, I have a Traxxas ESC sitting around. Oh yeah, we lost fan blades. They didn't last long, did they? Lost 2 fan blades already. I could swap them out, I've got spares, but nah. They didn't. I'll wait for them to go properly. I'll just hope I'm actually saying that. If we're going to sell a xmaxx ESC with a broken fan, let's hope that's not broken as well. It's a bit worrying because I know the xmaxx fans break quite easily. No, that's fine. Goody goody. What's everyone saying then? I have seen your new xmaxx fans, Martin, yes, and they look very similar, if I'm not mistaken, to something like that. In fact, I could probably get one of those on there now. How did you attach yours? Did you screw them down? Did you taped them on somehow, didn't you? You'll have to see how you did it. I know, I mean that would technically screw in. Might need to get some longer screws to put it all the way through. That's how broken one, not broken the USB. But one of those would do the job anyway. Certainly fit one of those on the xmaxx in there. What's the best brushless ESC for 1/10? Depends if you're bashing or crawling. I like the Hobbywing stuff, so you know, Hobbywing Max 10. I don't think you can go wrong with the Hobbywing stuff personally. It's solid, it does its job, it's a good price. To me it's a no-brainer. All good, Emily, thank you. You okay? TSM could be, I think we turned those off. But I'm going to leave it on the Traxxas gear at the moment. I have got a spare couple of receivers for my Noble 4. I may end up put it on the Noble 4. Don't know yet. It's kind of handy having it on the different receivers, the radio gear, so that we can all take it in turns playing. What's the best 2S LiPo battery? Good question. Again, I like the Turnigy stuff, the Turnigy heavy duty, but they also had some Rapids in 2S format. I don't know whether they're still in stock. I like the Rapids, Turnigy heavy duty. I think they do the heavy duty in the 2S. Have a look on Hobby King. I know they've just got some more 3S back in stock, heavy duty, 5,000 milliamp hour. 60Cs, but they're in the Euro warehouse, not in the UK warehouse. They've only just come back in stock. So, and if Martin's on here, I don't know whether DFX do 2S packs, Martin. Z, I've only heard good. I haven't had any Z, but I've heard good things about Z. Never tried them myself. I am a LiPo warrior really, because I hate people spending lots of money on poor lipos. The problem is so many manufacturers out there overstate what their lipo is, charge a high price for it, and I think it's just wrong. I've been fortunate and managed to get peak powers I got those exchanged because they were not what they were supposed to be. And then I got Radiant, again there's videos on my channel about it, some Radiant super packs again. I got those, well, I got a £100 ink. I got a £100 credit sitting for me at TJD Models on those, because again they were not what they were supposed to be. So me and lipos, I don't like people falsifying what their lipos are, but so far I like the DFX. It seems to be good. I'll be doing I'll do a full test on them. See how they hold up. Yep. Now if I changed it to 50/20, which is Hitch. Apologise if I'm not keeping up with the chat, guys. I'm trying to do my best and also get this done, so I do apologise if I'm not keeping up with the chat. Come on. Edge. Doesn't help that I have to change glasses all the time. I like cheap lipos as well, but I like cheap lipos that are what they say they are. And I've actually found the cheap lipos to way outperform the expensive lipos. I said that the Turnigy heavy duties are by far, thus far, I'm not going to compare them against the DFX because I haven't fully given the DFX a proper run through yet, but the heavy duties, touch wood, nothing goes wrong with them, now I've said it, but by far and away the best lipos I've had, and 35 quid each. Hopefully that's going to stay on there now. Orange Loctite, as tight as I can do it. Update. Have you updated your xmaxx? I need to get a program card because I haven't got one. I've got a program card, but not one to update. I've got an old one, but I don't think it works. I got it 10 years ago, so I don't think it actually works. I know I dodged a bullet, nearly bought a max amps last year. Yeah, max amps. When I bought the Creighton V4, the only batteries I had in stock pretty much were the max amps. No, not max amps, peak power, but the max amps, yeah. Max amps are really, really bad. Yeah, as I said, the Turnigy heavy duties, they're still really low resistance. We've had them for a year now. We use them every single time we go out. Still really, I mean, they're coming back at sort of like 1 ohms on the resistance. They balance perfectly. They give us pretty much the best performance up against the Panthers. The Panthers are obviously the best, but they're not far behind the Panthers. And if you look at the website that does the reviews, actually they say the heavy duties are best bang for the buck you can get. So for me, that says it all. But as I said, I have got these new GTFDRs and the DFX ones, which look like they're also very good. And they are super cheap in relative terms. What's up, Logan's RC? How are you? You like stiffer and smoother, Martin? Everyone likes everyone likes things that are stiffer and smoother. You still ask, how come you don't break your xmaxx thing, Martin? You break everything else. Good to see how Martin put those big fans on, because come on. These ones are going to wind me up if they keep breaking. Either that or I'll put some of those Surpass Hobby ones on. Need to get the adjustable motor mount as well, don't I? Really? Things to put on the shopping list. Adjustable motor mount. Sen. So if someone could send me a link for the Sen hinge pins as well. I found some, but I think they weren't actual Sen ones. They were just saying Sen in the description, as in RPM Sen. Because that's what else, but there was probably some hybrid make. I don't think Martin does, because Martin normally breaks a car every week. He broke one spectacularly last Sunday. I felt for him. In fact, my two boys were saying, Dad, if that had been us jumping that car and it had broken like that, what would you have done? I've gone, well, I wouldn't have been cross, because it was a solid jump. You weren't doing anything stupid, so I wouldn't have been cross. I'd have been upset. I'd have been gutted, but mine just took it in his stride. Don't change hinge pins either. So basically, you run this thing stock almost, Martin. Now, I'm not planning on changing anything until things start breaking, and I know the likelihood is we will start breaking. What motor do you run in yours, Martin? Are you running 1100 or 800 kV hobby wing? Or you want? I doubt you're on stock motor, are you? Come back a bit, actually. Just a tad of a jig. You're on stock motor in yours? Man, yours moves. So when we were at Sandy, and you were jumping it and backflipping it like an absolute beast, whereas Kevin couldn't on his one, that was on stock motor. Let's get them. Oh right, yeah. Take the pins out. Problem is, I don't like setting mesh manually. It does my head in. Unless I can slide it easily. Right, that is the xmaxx done. You went to have a brew, did you, Callum? You want to arm a celebrity tonight? I'll wait till I try. Yeah, well, I've got all my chargers will do them up to 3.5 volts now, 4.35 volts. So, oh, I tell you what I haven't done. Does the Trax servo take high voltage or not? I'm guessing not. It does, but not supposed to. I can't leave it where it is at the moment then. Everything yours on high, Martin. Well, now we've got the new gear in. New video that comes out on Saturday was putting the xmaxx against the Outcast. with the new gear and those new batteries, the Outcast's in trouble. Oh, man. Don't want to say too much. Oh, come on. But you had yours in and out a lot quicker than this GSXR. Item 1, forward reverse, yep. Item 2, LiPo cell auto calibration. Set to 4. And 25, motor thermal protection, don't need that. Got any? Rotation is fine. Bit voltage, we'll leave that on 1. Max brake force. Max brake force on the Max 6 for the xmaxx. What should it be? I think it's stock, it's a sector 4. 50%, okay. Max reverse force, done with that. Start mode punch. Do that on that, brake force. Okay. I'll leave that as all where it is. And I didn't like the fact that the steering wasn't working then. I haven't got it all in and it's not working. Do my head in. Need your little fingers, Callum or Jack. Right, what's everyone saying? Let's see what chats I'm missing out on. If it breaks, don't blame me though. If it breaks, it breaks. Now the only thing I've changed on it, Ian, is the LiPo cutoff, because I've found on the other ones that we're running, if I don't set it to high, because we're running, I think the Max 6 is a very good show of whether whether the LiPos you're running, I'm not saying you're running bad LiPos, but whenever I run certain LiPos set to medium, they were, I was finishing up, they were basically on 3 volts and I didn't like that. In fact, one time it took the batteries below 3 volts and I really didn't like that. So I set it to high and they finish up. they don't come out low at all. They finish at about 3.3 volts. So, because the LiPo cut-off is obviously set to where it drops, so it's set below 3 volts on the basis of where it expects to cut out. And where does everybody stick their switch then? Anyone have any preferences for where the switch gets stuck to? Top of the receiver box, I guess. No, drag brake was already turned off, pretty sure. Top of the receiver box, that's what I'm thinking. So sitting at the front there nicely, job done. It's up there quite nicely. Job's a good one. If I can find them. Now I've got the fun of working on the Talion again. Which I don't mind, but the bash bar is great. Love the bash bar. It's a pain when you need to take battery trays off and things like that. Because you have to take the bash bar off to get to them. I might contact Dean and make a suggestion that they put some extra holes in for the screws that are being covered up. So you don't have to take the bash bar off just to get to them. I'll put it on the receiver box. Just there. It's fine there because the batteries go everywhere else. That'll do nicely. I think. I'm thinking that is all for the xmaxx is done. Looking forward to running it now. See what difference it makes. Why can't I put this? Come on, David. Stop being an idiot. Job's a good one. Talion time. Talion the stallion. Jack and Callum can put it on quickly. I'm still struggling, but it is quicker than a armour, that's for sure. But I will get the hang of it. So yeah, unfortunately Callum did another job on the Talion receiver battery box, which we fixed last week, and I put on the T-nut mod, my one from the V4. Callum sent it, so I'm not sure what's going on. I think it's because it's all cracked the plastic again. It ripped out the plastic. I mean, it didn't rip out the T-nut. So I don't know what the answer is at the moment. I've got a new battery tray for it. We put that in, and then we're said, you can't really, in these winter months, with everything being so cold, and at the moment the Italian goes high. And he cracked a wheel as well. So I haven't bought a replacement wheel, but he did crack a wheel. He landed it on his side, which is not like the boys to land on their sides. So it's, unfortunately, I think what's happening is when it's hitting the metal skate ramp, because it's wet, it's losing traction, because all the cars are doing it to a certain, to a greater or lesser degree. The Italian just did it, seems to be doing it a lot more. And look, just totally ripped it out. Pulled it straight out. Nightmare. And this is broken anyway, so I'll try and get this off somehow. Work out how that comes off. I don't think it screws on. Screw on from the inside. Only one way to find out. Night, Ian, if I missed you, sorry mate. He landed on the side, Martin, I think. I haven't had a chance to look at all the footage. I think he landed from about, the GPS came out, that's the jump that GPS came out on, but it went very high and landed on its side, on the wheels. I don't think anything, the only thing that seems to have happened, miraculously, is that wheel's got a split right across there. I don't know whether you can see it. Bring it up. So the wheel's split across there and rip the battery tray out again. But apart from that, it took it, as far as I can see. Nothing else seemed to have broke, which is, and we didn't know the battery tray had gone until I got home, and I went to take the battery out, and yeah, the battery tray was already out. You off, Seb? See you later. Thanks for dropping by. Yep, so there are screws in there. That's why I couldn't get it off last week then. That's obviously, we've got a bit of a challenge going on now though, with somebody matching our height. The gauntlet has been laid down. So Jack and Callum, are you up? Are you accepting the challenge? We're going to get above 50 feet now. The one item I think I'm a supply, strangely enough, all I wanted was the battery tray, and I actually supply everything you need in this one. Well, you get the screws, you get the straps, you get absolutely everything you need, which is very unlike Armour. This must have been the one that they sat down and went, oh, we're giving them everything they need. What's the challenge? The challenge is to jump the highest. pure and simple. Who can jump the highest? And we're up against the K8. And we're probably a pair of K8s if I know Martin as well. Get screws, look at that. Don't faint, guys. You actually get screws with some armour parts. I remember how this goes on though. Eek. On there, isn't it? What's my favourite RC? At the moment, let's do for, hi guys, I may have a long flight coming up. Do you think I could build an RC kit on the plane? I don't, if you've got the room, I don't see why you can't. The only thing they might have an issue with is lipos and stuff, but I don't see why you couldn't build an RC kit on the plane if you've got the room to do it. That'd be my only thing, and obviously risking losing parts if you hit some turbulence and it rolls over and you lose parts, etc. And you'll be crawling around on the floor looking for the parts. That could be a bit of an issue. So sorry Shane, what's our favourite RC? My favourite RC at the moment is the Creighton EXB that we have. That is definitely my favourite RC. We have upgraded it a little bit. I've got an M2C chassis on it and I've put the M2C rear tower brace on it, but apart from that it's stock. Stock as can be, with obviously we've got Hobby Max 6 in there. The thing's a tank, it jumps beautifully, flies beautifully, drives beautifully. But the xmaxx is knocking on its door, I will say that. The xmaxx is definitely knocking on the Creighton EXB's door. I know you can't run it this weekend, Jack, unfortunately, unless, because we haven't got the motor mount for it. We need to get a motor mount, and the PPS motor mounts aren't in stock yet. It's a bit of a bummer, a bit of a pain, sorry. But it is what it is. They're not in stock, not a lot to do about it. I think they're due in shortly, but they're not in yet. Well, we're going, you know, are you coming over this Saturday, or am I just meeting up with you Sunday, Jack? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, in theory, you should be able to do it. Recommendation if you do decide to do it, and you want to have screws that aren't going to be flying all over the place, what should we get, Jack? I'll let Jack tell you what you should get. Jack, what should Shane get? No, not video. If he's going on a plane and he doesn't want screws to fly all over the place, what should he get? Oh, drop one. iFixit magnetic mat. Stops your screws going all over the place. Don't know what I'm getting for Christmas, to be brutally honest with you. Well, part of my Christmas present from my mum and dad was the xmaxx. They very kindly donated some money towards that for me. So I guess that was what my Xmas present was. Not expecting anything else. I'm sure the boys will get me something, but I'm not expecting anything from them. I'd like to know what everyone else is getting. What's up, Pat? It is a bit of a sand clearance of Mark. I think Mark has got the took all the sand from the beach and stuck it on their track and decided it would be good for us to pick it all up and bring it home with us. But not a lot of fun. Just gets everywhere. The grit get on. Got to look at that bearing as well, haven't I? That's a job for tomorrow. Hopefully some other people have driven around Ark and taken the sand with them and there's no sand there. That'd be nice. I hope you're well, Pat. I think if you think I'm telling porkies, ask everyone who was there. My technad probably went over 70 feet. Is that on a high jump or? Where's Martin? Ba, 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 ba. So you've cleared the roof. Yeah, that's scary. And trawl through Kevin's videos now if you've cleared the roof. That's the only thing that worries me is hitting that roof. Yeah, the Techno ET48 2.0 has been coming soon for about 6 months as far as I'm aware. I think everyone's dying to get their hands on it, but nobody's actually got one yet. I want one. I know quite a few people that want one. And the only thing is, when they do actually release it, it's first come, well, I say first come first, you can't even pre-order it or get a notification of when it's out. You just got to basically trawl the website and hope you get on there when they release it, because it's going to sell out PDQ. Slightly annoying. Right, now the fun starts. Oh look, sand, dry, yummy. Put a state of that in there now. Yucky, yuck, yuck, yuck. My favourite job . They gave you shims for your car. Which shims did they give you, Jack? Did it come with the large shims for the to make it an open diff? Was Ark worth the $10 to get in, David? for me, ARC is all about meeting up. I don't actually do a lot of driving at ARC. The boys do more driving than me. But in fact, the boys do more driving than me full stop at the moment. But I enjoy watching the boys drive. I enjoy watching them fly and everything else like that. So I don't have a problem with that. And I enjoy talking to people about the hobby and the RCs. So, you know, even if I didn't have a car, to be brutally honest with you, I'd probably go to ARC and have a chat with people. It's a socialising thing and like that. You know, I mean, I used to be into a lot of motorsport more stuff, and you know, go to things like the Nürburgring. But I never used to actually. I used to drive the track maybe 2 or 3 times a weekend. But to me, it was more the socialising aspect of it. I like the socialising aspect. I don't get to meet or talk to anybody all week apart from people that work on video phone at the moment. So getting out of the weekend and talking to people, seeing people, chatting to people, and talking about something I enjoy, that they enjoy, and having a laugh. Hey, I'll pay £10 for that. What are you doing, Seb? Homework? I don't want to get into trouble with your mum for keeping you from doing your homework. Well, the problem is Jack did get hold of a basher, and we looked at it. I'd never actually been to look at the bump, and I thought the bump was just a hump before the concrete, but it's not. It comes in and then it goes up like that, doesn't it? I mean, it's quite a stretch, which is a little bit annoying. That's all right. As long as you're doing your homework, Seb, I don't want to get into trouble. Don't want your mum coming after me. I missed you going, Holden, sorry. Thanks for popping by. Yes, you know, I like to do the videos, share what we're doing, but you know, I don't just do it for the video. I do it. I enjoy meeting up with people, chatting with people, finding out what they've done to their cars, and then doing it to our cars. And if that makes it better for the boys to jump and me to jump, you know, the boys are much better to jump. If I was to jump the XB like they do off the skate ramp, it'd be 1 jump and done. Maybe I'll get 2. You know, if I'm lucky, we get 2 jumps out of it. I liked driving at Sandy because there's nothing too stupid there, and you could have a bit of a laugh and drive around the little jumps, and you know, I do like driving at ARC. I did have a couple of drives, but you know, I'm more, as I said, I like the socialising side of it as well. I like meeting up with people, like-minded people, nice people. But you know, and you know, we're fortunate enough to live reasonably close to some great guys in RC. Oh. And that's why I hate doing this. All this for a battery tray. Oh, sand. Sand. Some ARC sand. Nightmare. Because that's all going to fall in the diff case now. Doesn't look like there's any in at the moment, but there's only 1 screw left in for the battery. That's good. Did a job, Callum. Well, so would I, Pat, but you know, I didn't want to. Yeah, that's Teen Up Mod. Broken battery tray. So, unfortunately, no more big jumps for Callum at the moment with Italian. It's just tearing battery trays apart. He will want the sand back. What I don't get is he had a load of new bloody AstroTurf there as well. But he hadn't used that. Looks like we lost the battery strap as well, Callum. Oh well. I've never seen or met Seb's mum, so I can't say whether she's beautiful, gorgeous. I'm just going on what others have said. Oh my God! You even get. Hang on a minute. I don't know. We've had armours for well over a year, and I've never noticed this before. Who else knows what that is? I mean, we know it's the strap to put that there. Has anyone else noticed what else it could be used for? If you have, put a comment down below. Put in the comment if you know what else that could be used for. It is somewhere else on the car. That's probably giving it away now. It holds down the wires, but it's not specific for that job. They've actually reused another part on the car. Nope. And you probably never have noticed it until you actually get in here and look at the battery tray. Recognise it now? If you put a clip through that, that's what they use for the body pins. It's the same strap. Huh. You get a spare. They give you a spare one, but that's what it's there for. Never noticed that before. I suppose you can't knock them for reusing something though. To get that in the diff. One. Go over. Yucky, yucky, yucky. Sand. Yeah. I don't know what we're doing this weekend, but if you think sand is good for you, bloody well not. Pain in the backside. Whose idea was it to ever put sand on a track? flux capacitor. You notice, well, okay Jack, I didn't notice it. You're smarter than the average bear. Whoever's noticed that is clearly smarter than the average bear, because I'd never noticed it. I don't know, because I can't open the links while I'm working, Callum. I guess I'll have to look back, or you have to send me to on the phone if you want me to have a look, or if you're asking other people. I have got an air compressor with the sand, and I blasted it like you wouldn't believe. But it was so wet and horrible, and I mean we blasted it with an air compressor before we left. I blasted it with an air compressor when I got home. But there's just so much of it, and it was all wet and thick and glumpy and horrible. It just weren't a lot of fun. Screw cleaning that as well. This didn't seem right that they could flap around like that. Dab of super glue, I think. I won't worry about it too much, Martin. Jack has more time on his hands, so let him go and find it. Well, not until he cleans that sand up. The question is, what we're going to do. What we up to this weekend, then, Martin? I need to get out. So. Just stupid putting that sand down. Might be all right in the dry, but in the wet it just sticks to everything. And there was me thinking you might have actually put the new AstroTurf down that you had piled up there. Hi Cance, how are you? You got the keeps all weekend? What's the keeps? Weird Science, great movie. I think some people are too young to remember that one though, Pat. What is that a question to me, Emily? What's my favourite RC car? At the moment, my favourite is the Creighton EXB at the moment. But the xmaxx has shot into the number 2 spot. That much I can tell you. And the more we drive it, it might... That goes in. I don't know what that one goes to. Oops. That probably E, yeah. That might go on to. Like I said, the Creighton EXB at the moment is number 1. But the xmaxx has shot certainly into the number 2 spot. And the more, I mean, we've only had it a week. Is it? No, 2 weeks almost. But it could well jump into the number 1 spot. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's a great car. There's no question about that. And I should have never dismissed it the way I used to. I don't know where this little screw goes. I think it broke off. Looks a little bit rusty. It's come off with something, I don't know what. No, the xmaxx does not feel cheaper at all. The xmaxx just doesn't feel cheap. I mean, yeah, the xmaxx is all plastic, but it doesn't feel cheap. And as others have said, the xmaxx being plastic is actually a benefit to it. The Outcast 8S weighs a ton in comparison to the xmaxx, and that's part of its downfall is it's too heavy. I say downfall, it's part of its issues is it's. Come on, I had that in there before. It's very heavy, so obviously when it lands badly, it breaks easier. No, it doesn't. And I am a firm believer now, if you drive an xmaxx, you'll buy an xmaxx. Because I always said that we would never have an xmaxx. Saw one in a shop, it was over a year ago, but I went, nah, I don't like it, don't like the look of it. Too lumsden, too cumbersome. Body's always popping off, always rolling over, yada-da-da-da. And then Jack drove Martin's and then kept going on, Dad, when we getting one? Dad, when we getting one? Dad, when we getting one? And then I drove Kevin's, and that Friday we bought one. On the Black Friday sale. You know, we had the xmaxx and the Outcast out last weekend. Yeah, a lot of people around us. They're big cars. They're impressive cars. And I do believe the xmaxx is quite possibly the best RC. Certainly the best all-rounder. You know, there's RCs that are better than it for specific jobs. And like our Creighton EXB is faster, it will jump higher and it will jump further. But is it as bashable? You know, when we went to the woods, which was I more comfortable? What would I have been more comfortable driving in the woods? The EXB or the xmaxx? The xmaxx. In fact, I want to go back to the woods because we didn't have the xmaxx, and I want to go back to the woods to drive the xmaxx. So it's one of the reasons I bought the xmaxx is because we went to the woods and I drove one of the woods, and I wish I had my own one at the woods. Night, Logan. Thanks for dropping by. Yeah, we'll normally get people, then it's disappointing when they say, oh, where'd you get that from? How much is it? Yeah, they are. I totally agree. It's true. When we were at the woods, I wish we had the xmaxx. But then when we go to the skate park, we will take the xmaxx and we will jump the xmaxx, but the xmaxx we're not expecting to go as high and far as the Creighton, or to jump and have as much control for the backflips and everything else as the Creighton does. So they're both good, but they're in their own right. You know, at the woods, the xmaxx just pounds everything and gets over everything, and you hit stuff and it doesn't break. Whereas the armoured cars you hit, and you're going to, if you haven't spent the money doing them up, they're going to break. And that's you know, our EXB is, I don't want to tempt fate, but it's as tough as old boots because it's got M2C chassis on it now. I bent the stock one, and I kept breaking the rear diff cases, and I wasn't too keen on putting on the metal diff cases after we, well, I say we, it's a royal we, after Callum broke a hot racing one in his car. So I thought it was easier to put a plastic one on. Oh, you are joking. Yeah, so we need the strap. I'm glad I didn't put the bash bar back on. Yeah, I bet it was nuts actually. We had some turn up when we were in at Grove Wood. We had some people turn up with the electric scooters, but they didn't really do any jumping, they just watched what we were doing. We always get people filming us with the jumps and everything normally. The only place we don't seem to get that, strangely enough, is where we do the mega jumps. Whether that's because they're used to people going down there more, whereas, you know, when we go local, there's less, you know, they don't see it as often as, and us doing the jumps, and when we turn up, it's like the little kids, oh. In fact, the most embarrassing time for me, I didn't have the two boys with me, and I was, which car was I running? I just got the Mojave EXB, so I was running that, I was doing some videoing on that, and a group of about 6 or 7 boys turned up. I guess they were probably, you know, they were young, age probably between 12 and 14, I would have said. And they came out and they went, "Are you hardcore RC?" And it's like, yeah, it was, you know, it felt a little bit awkward to start off with. It was nice, don't get me wrong. Once it had sunk in, people, you know, obviously subscribe to my YouTube channel, and then you turn up. That's like a famous person. Not that I am famous, but. What's up, Donworth? How are you? Yes, Tamiya. In fact, that's what the boys had was a Tamiya. Well, my old Tamiya's up there still. I must get it out. But yeah, when we first got back into it about 10 years ago, then the boys had, I bought myself a HPI E Savage. The boys, I bought Jack a Tamiya Plasma Edge. I suppose I could have done that without taking that off. I had to go the one underneath. And Callum, I got him a Maverick Strada something or other. But that's going back about 10 years now. And I still can't find my HPIE Savage, heavily modded. Yeah, everyone always says, are they petrol or are they nitro? No, they're brushless, because brushless is better. Well, I think it's better anyway. I had a nitro one years ago. Could never get the hang of tuning it and turning up. And it would decide whether it wanted to work or not work. I just got fed up with it in the end. So, but when I got the E Savage, it was a twin motor, 550 twin motor, 1/8, no, I'm going to say it's 1/10 scale, but it might be 1/8 scale. But I made it bigger. I bought an extended chassis, extended A-arms for it, etc. It was a beast, but I can't find it anywhere. And that's when lipos and everything were just coming out, and brushless systems were literally just coming out as well. And I bought a hobby wing system from RC Mart, and basically all the hobby shops that were around, because there was more hobby shops around there, said, oh, hobby wing, trash, rubbish, Chinese, yada yada yada. Couldn't get them in the UK at all. Nobody sold them. The only place you'd get them from was RC Mart, because they were cheaper than all the ones you expect to buy over here. I forget what other brands there were here, but I got it. And now look where hobby wing are, you know. It wasn't cheap at all. I just wish I could find that car. What am I putting in here? I'm putting a new battery tray in, because unfortunately Callum has now gone through 2 battery trays in his Italian. He broke the first one that came with the car after a bad jump, tore it out, so he tore the lugs off the back of it. I think that's it there. So I was going to do the T-nut mod on it, but yeah, he ripped them out here. So he actually broke the battery tray. So I very kindly donated him the one out of my V4, which I'd done the T-nut mod on. And he broke that as well. Ripped the T-nut out. So I bought a new battery tray, just putting it in stock at the moment. And unfortunately he just, at the moment while it's cold and wet and miserable, everything's breaking, plastics are snapping. The Italian's not flying straight because it's hitting the ramp and losing and going sideways. So it's okay in the woods, but big jumps it's not good at the moment. If I was an 8-year-old saw an xmaxx, seriously, or another one for Christmas, man. But yeah, in fact, someone commented on my last video about he's got to start saving for an xmaxx, and I said, well, yeah. I didn't realise he was 15, so I made a comment. I can't remember what comment I went. And I said, he came back and said, yeah, I'm only 15, so it's going to take me a while to save. And I felt bad, you know. So I just said, yeah, save your pocket money, save your birthday money. Do some odd jobs and everything too. I mean, a bit like what Callum does really. He's managed to buy his, you know, he's a bit more fortunate in certain circumstances, but he saves up, he does odd jobs for my parents when he's over, saves up his birthday money, his Christmas money and everything, and then buys the cars that he wants, even though he's got access to my ones. Have you done the T-nut battery mod? I did do the T-nut battery mod, yep, and he broke that one. So it's just, you know how Callum likes to jump, and how high he will jump at that skate ramp. Well, unfortunately the Italian, I think it's where it's hitting it, because all the cars are going sideways a bit, but where the Italian hits it and hits it so fast, it's twisting as it hits the ramp. And then it's going sideways, so he's twice landed it on its side. He's split one of the wheels as well, but it's going to hold up. It's not gone too badly. It is split all the way, but I don't see it coming apart at the moment. We will get a replacement wheel for it, but just a bad landing and being cold, I think. The old, yeah, I mean, if you want that one, you can have that one. I'll just take that bit out because I've got a teen. The other one, I'm going to put the teen-up mod on it, but I thought this one was gone too far. If I can get this cover off it, and then I'm going to teen-up mod the other one. It's only one of the lugs has gone. But, I mean, if you want that one, well, I was only going to throw it away, to be honest with you. If you think you can use it still. Yeah, melted it into the tray as well. Yeah, I did a video on it, how I did it, but maybe I melted it through too far, I don't know. I don't think so, it's just... Well, it's going to focus on that. Pulled straight through. Split the plastic all the way around it, so the actual T-nut is still there. I've got some 3D printed ones, but that someone off of Facebook sent me, but I'm a bit nervous. I don't know where they've gone. I think they're going to be a bit too brittle, and they've got the nuts built into them. I think with the cold and everything else like that, I don't want to risk putting one of those in, because we did use one of the 3D printed things for the GoPro, and on the second big jump we did, the GoPro, it just came off, just shattered. So I think it needs to be made with a more flexible plastic rather than the PLA or whatever it is that he used. I mean, great design. I don't know what I've done with them. Great design and cab work on it, but I said it's not going to hold up, I don't think, with the cold weather and the extreme jumps. And if it lands bad, that thing's just going to shatter. Come on, what are you going on there now? Oh, wait, oh, come on, why are you going in? Why are you not going in? You haven't bent the chassis. Oh, there we go. Is that in? No, it's not in. There we go. Right. So, my favourite part. I'm going to get all this to line up. And they're all coming apart. Still no techno though, James. I don't know what the hold up is. Because you're running late because of me, Callum. You've been watching me all the time. Oh, bless you. Yeah, you do need that. Look, Mum will be cross with me. Unless Mum's watching as well. Is the Ratty Queen watching? I don't know. How many have we got in the house? 15 now. We've got up 24 or so. bada bing, bada boom. Come on. My other glasses. Sorry guys, I can't read anything when I put these glasses on. Techno is coming very soon. Well, if you see it come out, Bournemouth, if you can give me a heads up, if you do see it pop out anywhere, because I will grab that straight away. I think I have a funny feeling it's going to set out pretty quick. It's the one car that I do want. I'll do the same. If I see it come out, I'll let you know. Come on. Yeah, I saw when I looked last week, I saw it come up there saying coming soon, which it didn't show before. So there is some progress. A bit like my GoPro. My GoPro's been coming soon for 3 weeks. Okay, so do those up first. We'll do these up. We can do it that way as well. Listen to the sand cracking underneath. What 3D printed? So it depends on the material. A lot of the time for 3D printing, it really depends on what material they're printed with. PLA is just too brittle, in my opinion. I don't know enough about 3D printing materials, but I know PLA is too brittle. I mean, Bigfoot Customs, I think he uses all different types of material. If you do need anything printed, I'd speak to Ben, 3D, Bigfoot Customs. I'm pretty sure he can design it for you as well, unless you've got it already designed. Oh, if you haven't taken the... You taking the rear diff apart on that car code, Jack? It is a bit of a mission, mate. It really won't come apart. It should come apart. If you've got the screws out and you haven't taken it apart, don't worry about it at the moment. I don't know how far you are into it. You need to do a live stream on it. Yeah. Look at my belly. Oh, I need to lose weight. I need to go on a diet. We need to get a shim in there as well. So, are you coming over Friday night or not? You need to get a shim on the bearing side as well, and you haven't got any shims over there. It shouldn't need shimming up inside. I mean, if you're going to take it apart, be warned, if you put it back wrong, you're in trouble. You're better off leaving it as it is, personally, I think, because they're not, depending on what shims they gave you, they give you the big open shims, then yeah, wait until you come bring it over and I'll have a look and get it sorted for you. Yeah, but I don't know what shims, you haven't shown me what shims it comes with, Jack. I don't know whether it's the big shims or just spare shims, because I messaged Jason Dearden Tuesday, asking him when the new big shims are coming out, because they were supposed to be available within a couple of weeks, and they're not in stock anywhere. I know the part number, but they're not in stock anywhere, not in the US, not in the UK, it just says coming soon. So I don't know whether you've got those big shims as the optional. If you have, great, then we can sort that out. I can get those in there for you. But you probably haven't got any diff oil there either, have you? So you're sitting there taking it apart without the parts to put it all back together again. Just saying. Trimming that one down because that's only been used 3 times. 3 times a lady. And I'm going mad talking to myself, but I'm not talking to myself because I've got my friends here with me. We've got 16 people with me. 2mm, they're not the ones then, Jack. Oh, you always moan at me. I don't work on my own cars. Don't moan at me again. I'm not moaning. I just don't know what shims they've given you. They shouldn't need. The only shim that you should need is the one to put on the bearing side. I've got one here to show you what it should look like. No, I don't. I've got them in spares behind me, but it's only the shim that goes on the bearing side. I don't know what shims they've given you. You shouldn't need to. You certainly shouldn't need to be opening up and shimming the inside of the diff, unless you want to make it an open shim. But if the shim looks like anything like a bit like that, you shouldn't need to put those inside it. So unless you send me something that I can see what the shim looks like, I don't know what shims they've sent you. For the out drive. Well, when shall I get off this live stream, Jack, and then I'll FaceTime you and have a look. Is this to add extra shims for tighter neck? Yeah. What we might want to do is we might run it as it is, but they shouldn't be shipping stuff that you then need to open up and shim. For a tighter mesh. How many people actually know how to physically do that? Not many. Don't think I've got 2 spare. I should have ordered some star plates for you, and then we just put an extra star plate in and made it an open diff. Where I do the Bournemouth mod on it for you. I've got enough shims to do that. Make it an open diff in the rear anyway. Right, I think that's the Italian done. Oh, Jack, whilst I remind, have you been to the model shop to get the balance lead where I broke that one? 3S balance extension lead, if you could grab one for me, please. favourite car. And this stopped working at the weekend as well. Full of sand, but I'm going to put a new one of these in because the old one was too bent up and it actually came apart. Oh, close today, but okay, thank you. News revised ships for Army arrive next week for yours. Is that okay? Right, I chased Jason up Tuesday because Model Sport said Logic have confirmed that once they're in stock I will get the new shims on warranty. But this one, again, touch wood, with the 3 LSD plates in the rear, in the star, so it's actually an open diff. No issues with it at all. Touch wood. I don't want to tempt fate. So adding those new shims to make them open is definitely the way to go. I don't trust it in an LSD. I think that's probably what they've done with jacks. It will hold, but I don't think it will hold under extreme conditions in my experience. Not with the motor he's putting in it. So you won't be running. Well, you could run it this weekend. If it blows, it blows, and I've got a complete spare diff here. If it blows, Jack. In fact, I think I've got 2 complete spare diffs. If it does blow, I'm pretty sure I've still got one over here. I think Logic sent me one by mistake, so they sent me a complete centre diff. So do not open. That one. The GP4, it's not GP4, is it? I don't think that's the GP4. Maybe it's out in the kitchen. No, that's the standard one. What's wrong with the other one then? How many diffs I've been through, guys. What have I done with that bit? Unless it's the one I put in there as a spare that I carry around with me. I don't think it was. It's bugging me now, guys. I always carry a spare diff around with me. I think that is the, yeah. Yep, I've got a whole spare EXB diff there, Jack. And I don't know what that's set up to. I can't remember if this is minimum or not. I should open that up and have a look. Should do really, actually. See what the setting is on that. No, I can't remember. Been so long now. It may even be the Bournemouth mod in there actually. I need to crack that open and have a look later. Right. Yeah, they say you use 30. It probably comes with 30,000 now. I think I'm still using 10 on mine. I think I'm using the stock. Or did I up it a bit? No, I think I did up it a bit actually. No, I did put, yeah, I'm open. I did put 30,000 in the open because I normally run 30,000 on an open diff anyway. Yeah, congrats on the 1,000 subs, RC Clan. Sorry, I forgot to say that. I know I sent it to you, I think, on Facebook. Who's got Emily going? Sorry, Emily, I missed that. I need to. Thanks for popping by. I need to get better at keeping up with the chats. Why do they make these so tight? I don't think you can run it on 4S, Jeff. I don't want to give too much away. Might be worth taking my diff out and giving it to him because mine's plenty running. I'll run in his one. Come on. Jesus. I always like to run the diffs, open them up anyway, and then put clean the diff, the silicone grease out, put new stuff in anyway. After they've been run once or twice. Come on, in you go. I need to get the N2C. This ESC plate's starting to come a little bit loose. The ESC is not going to come off the plate, I know that. But I think the actual ESC plate's starting to come undone a bit. What I have to do. Better. Not so much strain on it now. Yeah, that will be good on a 4S, but as I said, I've got the 1650 in here. That may be why I broke the first one. Don't know, I mean, it's been solid. Solid as you like. Have you had to put on the extra caps on yours though, Jeff? That's one of the reasons I didn't go with the Max 8 myself. Number one, I wanted to be able to go super fast. And number two, I didn't like the fact that it really recommends putting the cap packs on for the bigger, heavier cars, which obviously these are. And I suck at soldering, so I didn't fancy soldering on cap packs. Running without the caps. Now, I just heard people that have run without the caps and they run the risk of obviously the built-in caps exploding, because I think the armour cars come with the extra caps on, but they're in the power line. So whilst the BLX is in effect the same as the Max 8, the armour put on the extra caps, don't they? Sure maybe not. They certainly do on the 6S and the 3S cars. I just heard a few people that melted some some of the caps, stock caps on the standard, on the Max 8. Or the caps had exploded rather. Like I said, I might be gone by then. I'm almost done. I'll be going for 3 hours almost. The battery's probably about to go on the phone as well. How long have we been going for? 162 minutes. 163 minutes. Wow. We've still got people around. Yeah, I'm still going, Callum. Just finishing up. Just had to put the new wire on the EXB. We'll make sure that runs now. That's where my radio is. And there it is. 4S. I don't want to be plugging 4S batteries in. Don't want to run it 8S. Well, it will run 8S, won't it? Okay. No, I mean, as I said, I've heard some people have had some issues with them, and obviously it does say on the instructions to put the extra caps on. I just never fancied doing it. I knew I had one somewhere. Someone asked for one of these the other day and I knew I had one, but I suddenly found it when I was looking through my toolbox. "4S power, baby." My favourite car, this. This is currently my favourite car. Because it's just a beast. So, no question, this is Creighton EXB. Is my favourite car. At the moment, the xmaxx has jumped into second place, that's for sure though. And it could, you know, quite possibly, there's no reason why it couldn't take first place, depending on how we get on with it. But, you know, they're each their own. If we go into the woods, the xmaxx will be coming and the Creighton EXB wouldn't. And the Creighton EXB, sorry, the Outcast 8, sorry, the xmaxx actually round Arc Raceway was hooning it. Was having a great time with it. It was handling extremely well as well. But no, all in all, Creighton EXB, only mods we've done, MTC rear tower or rear tower brace, MTC chassis. Young lady on the back, and some, oh, I've just seen that. No, you can't put that on her. Ah, oh, rats. Who was that, Jack or Callum? We're supposed to stick a bomb other people, not ourselves. Let's stick a bomb the lady. You've covered up her cleavage. Oh, I can't believe it. Aye. Ah, that's naughty, boys. That, right, I'm going to stick a bomb your cars now. Need to order some new stickers though. to do that, get some proper vinyl ones. We did a test run with these ones, just see how they came out. They came out pretty good, and we're happy with how they came out. So we'll get some better quality ones done. So we'll be getting those soon, guys, and then if anybody wants any, just let me know and we can get them shipped out. But I won't ship these ones out necessarily because they're okay for indoors and everything, but they don't last very long on the outside when they get wet. Right, clean that up a bit. Now these are, you know, the armour skin's really good. They've just come out with, I said, not affiliated or anything else like that. I just think this is a great product. And they've just come out with some for the 3S cars as well now. So if you've got 3S cars and you want some of these armour skins, they are now available. With some great designs on them by the looks of it. But you can get to see her cleavage now. So there she is. Lick the lollipop. But no, this is my favourite car at the moment. Oh, sorry, the other things I've done on it is M2C rear hinge pins, M2C hinge pins in the front. I'm sure I did the front as well. And custom RC upgrades, hinge pin holders on the rear. I haven't changed the front ones at all, but after we kept blowing out the rear hinge pins, put titaniums in, they bent. So that is currently my favourite car. Stock chassis. Not too bad, but it has got a bend across here. It's bent there as well, and then it's twisted. So I couldn't be bothered to try and straighten it all out as badly as it was done. It still wasn't perfect, so I was going to put it on the V4, but can't be bothered. Probably end up getting M2C for that. Well, actually I probably won't because I don't run the V4 anymore. I think I'm all done on my repairs, guys. The V4, I said I don't use our V4 anymore. If someone was looking to buy a Creighton now, I would tell them to get the EXB over the ready to run, because if you do put a Max 8 in it, a Dumbo RC with a £9 Banggood servo, which we've had great success with. You know, the DS, where are they? Those bits. Where are they? So I bought a load of these just in case they weren't very good. The DS 25 kilo servos, £9 each. Float between £9 and £11 on Banggood. There's a link in the description below. On most of my videos, probably on this one as well. Yet to break one. So you put that in there with the Dumbo RC Max 8, and it works out, the Creighton EXB works out £30 more than the ready to run. But you get a better chassis, you get aluminium chassis braces, you get, what else do you get on top of that? I forget what else you get, but there's a load of, oh, the Creighton EXB diffs, so the LSD plate diffs. You get, automatically you get the aluminium bits that go in the back. Those little bits. What else do you get on it? Which is, oh, the turnbuckles, higher grade turnbuckles. Oh, just trying to think what else you get. Obviously the chassis, 3mm, 775. I did put a list down of all the things you get. Oh, sorry, yeah. 7075 shock towers. You know, all that's going to cost you, if you were to buy a V5, you're going to have to upgrade all those parts, and they're going to cost you the best part of 150 quid minimum. So, if you've got a V4 already, then just upgrade it as you go. It's just one of those things. Get an M2C chassis for it, M2C rear shower brace, and then as you know, RPMA arms. And then it's just a case of, you know, the shock towers. We keep bending my V4 ones, and Callum keeps bending his notorious ones. I keep bending them back into shape, but at some stage I will get either the, I don't know which ones to get, whether they get the sculpted ones or the custom RC upgrades or the M2C shock towers. Oh yeah, sorry, metal servo mount as well, thanks Jack. The thicker A-arms, no, because the new V5 comes with the same A-arms as the Creighton EXB. And the new V5 comes with the geometry range of the Creighton EXB at the back. So, you know, Armour have been a bit clever in as much as they've cut down their production costs by putting the same parts on the V5 that are on the Creighton EXB. So, it's not like they've done everybody a favour. They have, but at the same time it's done them a favour as well. Have you bent your EXB rear tower, Jeff? I prefer to be looking at you, but tell you what, I'm going to take you inside now because I'm done out here. And I can sit down and we can talk a bit with me looking at you rather than at an iPad or looking away from you. I'm all done here, I think. I'm into the den. And I can do that. And I can do cheeky boy, bit of a mess, not do cleaning. You can come round and do some cleaning if you want, Callum. I put the diff without the CVD. Oh, that's a bit silly, Jack. Don't forget I've got the M2C out drives for you as well on the rear. So I'm going to take the rear apart to make it LS, to make it an open diff. I can put the M2C out drives in it then as well. You don't want an open diff, okay, up to you. So sorry Jeff, was that, so you've bent the EXB 7075 shock towers? I haven't given anything away. Wow. I haven't looked actually, but I don't think we've bent our ones yet. But if we do, I'll bend them back and see how many times, see if we keep bending them. But I don't think we've bent any yet. I did put the rear shock tower brace on it though, because I did blow out 2 rear diffs. So it made sense to do that. Airborne tree impacts will do that, yes. What's up, Seb? I think I'm going to be winding down soon anyway, because I've got to tidy up, wash my hands, getting late. Yeah, RPM rear spoiler. Yeah, I did. We snapped one. It's the first one I've ever snapped. I don't know how we snapped it, to be brutally honest with you. So I have put a new one on there. Boil it and soak it in the WD-40 or GT85, and they seem to last a long time. They can do. That makes it just more flexible. But don't forget to take it off the boil, or you end up with what I ended up with, a molten mess of plastic. Yes, Jackalaka. Yeah, every single stock wing mount has broken ours. Even first week we had the Italian out, that broke. And we didn't do it. We sent it once big time, and it broke the rear. So I did buy an RPM one for that, but it's a different size, so I don't think you get an RPM one for the Italian, which is a bit annoying. You'll stop hitting trees though, Jeff. What we got here? Sidle, fix all sealant and adhesive. I think that's the hinge pins. Okay, I'm just seeing your I'm seeing all your links, Seb, so thank you for that. Really? If you can find out, I mean, because the RPM, I went on RPM's website and they didn't have anything listed there. You can, I mean, you can put the standard 6S ones on, but it makes the wings sit higher because the Italian one's short and a lot shorter, brings the wing in closer. I think it's the same one that sits on, that goes on the Typhon. So the RPM one would, the standard 6S RPM one would fit, but I didn't fit it because it's a lot longer. Okay, cheers, Jeff. Yeah, I'll look out for that. It might, like I said, if there is one, great, I'll get that, but I couldn't find one anywhere. I did order it and got it, and then I was going to fit it but melted it. Knew I had a one side stock one from the Creighton where we'd broken one, and I kept one of the stock side ones, so I thought I'd use that, see if it was the right side to replace the one that was broken on the Italian, and that's when I put them together and went, well, they're totally different sizes. Just sent a link to the Italian man. What, on Facebook? No, that's the, yeah, that's not, that's the same one. It's longer. Seb, thank you, but it will say Italian and Typhon, but it's longer. That's the standard one. It not be the short one. If I put that into Model Sport as well. Compatible with, it does say the Italian, but it's technically not because it's longer. It fits, but it brings the wing up a lot higher. Cheers, RC Clan. Thanks for popping by. See you later. Congrats again on your 1,000 subs. Great job. It's a great feeling when you get there. I know that. Hopefully you'll be able to start live streaming. It took about 3 weeks for them to turn live streaming on for us. No, but as I said, that it is longer. I'll see. Let's see if I've still got one out here. And I'll show you guys. Because I didn't know it was different. I thought they were the same. Could they not be the same? I don't know whether I've got... Ah, here we go. So that's a stock one. This is a stock one, and if you put that up against you see that? Hopefully you can. Oh, going all over the place. That's how it sits out. So the stock one is just a lot, if you can see that, guys. It's a lot further and a lot higher than the standard one. And that's why you can fit them. They do fit, but it brings the spoiler up out here and higher, so it looks more like a Creighton then. In fact, I've got a spare RPM one there. Look. Have I got? I can't remember if I kept one of the Italian ones as well. I normally keep the ones that aren't broken. Yeah. No, can't see it. Maybe I threw them away. Maybe I threw that away as well. Can't see it here. Maybe because it was broken, I didn't bother keeping them. But yeah, they're not. Unfortunately, they're bigger. Back and read any comments. The Notorious were, yeah, I think it looks a bit different, doesn't it? What's the difference between these two then, Cam? That's the... What size? So that's the smaller one, yeah. That's the smaller one I think you see sometimes going around at Arc. I think the only difference between those, Callum, is the body shell. And I think the King one is more expensive because you're playing for the King name probably. Because it's officially licensed forward body panels and trim schemes. No, both the same. Who knows then? I think they're exactly the same, but apart from the body, the shell. POS don't make a short one either. I couldn't find a short one anywhere, so I think the only option you have is stock or get a longer or get the long ones. So I'll put the stock ones on there. I'll boil them and soak them in GT85 for the night. So yeah, the RPM. Well, I had T-bone ones. I prefer the T-bone ones to the RPM ones, but the T-bone ones don't fit the RPM arms and they don't fit the EXB arms, so we're now using RPM ones. Apart from on the Italian, I've put the T-bone ones on the Italian. See you, Seb. Thanks for our bar. Yeah, I'm going to be off now as well. Evening Skyworks, how are you? But in this, well, yeah, the first thing we got last, I think I got them I bought them from Black Friday last year from T-bone, the mud guards, because it was bonkers the amount of mud and everything we were getting. So, but my battery's just come up with a 10% warning as well on the battery, so. And I've got to say, FaceTime my Callum to say goodnight. He's got to go to bed. So, morning over there, Skywise. You must be in Australia or somewhere. But unfortunately, yeah, I've got to shoot now. I've got to go and say goodnight to Callum, and my battery's about to go as well. I'm going to go and clear up a bit. Getting late. But thanks for dropping by. Thanks for dropping by, everybody. Take care. This is going to try and do this a regular stream now, 8 o'clock on a Thursday night. Hopefully have something to wrench on. If we don't have something to wrench on, we can just sit and shoot the breeze, have a chat. Yep, Jeff, no, we'll get out with you. Definitely. Definitely. We went to Dartford Heath once, so we can always go there again, or the other place, Bexley Woods or something like that. But yeah, definitely meet up, go bashing. Thanks, Dan. Glad you enjoyed it. Cheers for stopping by those Skyworks. Appreciate it. Sorry you're just catching the end of it. See you later, Shane. Thanks for coming by. Okay, guys, I've got to sign off. Go and say good night to my son before his mum starts telling him off because he's got school tomorrow. So, take care, everyone. Thanks for dropping by. Really appreciate everyone dropping by and spending the last 3 hours with me. Makes time go fast. Take care, everyone. See you on the next one. Hardcore RC, signing out.